all the time. They've never done that before, and so it's just like not normal behavior, not normal behavior, not normal behavior, not normal behavior.
The surviving roommates is now under pressure to reveal why it took her hours, 6 hours, to call police in the quadruple murder of her housemates and one of their boyfriends. Court documents show Dylan Mortensen was, quote, in frozen shock phase when she came face to face with the suspected killer.
During the night of the murder, Dylan was awake in her room at 4 a.m. and claimed that she heard a noise upstairs of what sounded like Kaylee playing with her dog, which was located on the 3rd floor. You guys know Kaylee was on the 3rd floor of the home. A short time later, she claimed that she heard Kaylee say something to the effect of, "There's someone here." She then looked outside of her bedroom and didn't see a thing. Then she opened up her door a minute later and heard crying coming from Xana's room. Then she heard a male voice say something to the effect of, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." Then Dylan opened up the door for a 3rd time. After hearing more and more crying, she saw a figure in black clothing and a mask covering the person's nose and mouth walking towards her. As she stood frozen, the male walked towards the back sliding glass door and escaped. 8 hours later, a 911 call is made at 11:58 a.m. with a girl saying that her roommate passed out, even though it was a bloodbath scene. After the attacks on social media, her lawyer came out to say that Mortensen was terrified to properly report the incident at the time. So many people are claiming that Dylan Mortensen is completely innocent in this situation, and there is no way that she can be a part of this. And there's also people on the other side saying that she is, or she may be, but it's kind of suspicious that she waited 8 hours to call the police.
Dylan stated that she was in a shock phase and that she went into her room and locked the door. And I think a big reason why everybody is running wild with this is because that's all it says. It does not say what happens after that. And everyone's curious why there's like an 8-hour gap in between then and when the 911 call was made. This is just my opinion, but I believe that if she had anything to do with this information back for her safety, because if Brian Koberger knew that.
Dylan Mortensen, she locked herself in the room in a shock state. The shock state and failing to act is a normal response, okay? It's a normal response to trauma, okay? Cases such as this.
Okay, for everyone who's confused as to how Brian didn't see Dylan while exiting the crime scene that hears this. This is Dylan's room right here. It is the closest door to the glass sliding door in the kitchen. First of all, we don't know how much of the door she opened and how dark it was. Second, if you come on over here to the living room, this is Xana's bedroom where Xana and Ethan were found. It is a pretty long hallway, and standing here, you can't see anything in this living room. You can't see anything until you're in the middle of the room right here. Now, this is a good vibe sign, and it does glow up and illuminates the room if it is dark. And if Brian was standing here in the middle or walking over to this particular hallway where Dylan was, the light would have been blinding him, making it harder for him to see what was in front of him, and it would have been easier for Dylan to identify features of Brian since the light was reflecting on his face, hence the bushy eyebrows and the mask over his nose and mouth. So that is where I'm coming from. This is what makes most sense to me as to what would have happened. I don't know.
Why did the two roommates in the morning call the police about an unconscious person when there was apparently a bloodbath in their home? And this is what we are learning, that Steve Gonzalez may have told this NBC News outlet, that you've got to remember these two girls were so upset that when they went outside after seeing this, it wasn't very legible. They couldn't quite understand what the girls were seeing. He's referring to the 911 operator trying to make sense of what these two girls are saying over the phone, but he's saying that they ran outside having seen something horrible, and then he goes on to say one passed out and the other one was hyperventilating, that the message wasn't clear enough for the operator. This makes a lot more sense, that maybe those girls did see part of or some of the bloodbath in the morning and tried to call and could not get the message out to the operator, and one of them was hyperventilating and the other is passing out, and then they just say, hey, we got an unconscious person. We got an unconscious person there.
Now, according to a Moscow police officer, the 8-hour gap has been something that they have been puzzled over for a while now.
Dylan Mortensen was on that second floor, bedroom number 2. That's where she was. She had this prime location to hear and see what was happening around 4:04 a.m. to 4:20 a.m., that critical time frame. Here's what that floor plan looks like. And based on her story, based on this affidavit, based on me being here, this is what makes sense to me, that this perpetrator started possibly on the 3rd floor where Kaylee and Maddie are. That's where the sleeve of the knife is located. That's where Dylan first hears noises above her, as if Kaylee Gonzalez is playing with the dog. That's the first time she looks out the door. So then the movements, if you follow the red line here on the graphic, comes down the stairs into Xana and Ethan's. Dylan looks out the door a second time, hearing crying coming from Xana's room. She hears someone say, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." And then for the third time, that's when we see in the affidavit about 4:17 a.m. when the dog starts barking. There's a loud thud that is heard on a neighbor's security camera. And then she opens that door the third time where her room is, and that's where she sees this male in a mask, dark clothes, walking towards her. So that would have to come from the direction of Xana and Ethan's room towards her that way, where this person then, according to the affidavit, she says goes towards through the kitchen towards the back glass sliding door. That has to be on his way out, because we know at 4:20 his vehicle is seen speeding away from this scene. So that puts it together in a visual of what we believe.
And then the way her pictures are. Is anybody on here with me? The way her pictures are, the way her legs, okay? A lot of, for alleged purposes, a lot of masculines that have sex changes, okay? There's a aura about them. Even if you get a sex change, when I see you in the metaphysical, I see you as you were at birth, okay? As you were at birth, when you came into this world.
Any relief, Sydney? when there was the announcement of an arrest?
Yeah, definitely a little bit. I still think there's a lot of answers that I would like. So until I get those, I think I still am going to be a little hung up on this. So just about the answers, I guess.
There was also a picture going around on Reddit that claimed that Mortensen was hooking up with Brian Koberger, and they were caught on some surveillance footage. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this is fake? Honestly, to me, it's very grainy. I can't pick out a face, but I would love to know what you guys think about this. Now, from what we gathered here, they were all friends, they were all roommates, they lived in the same house. Dylan was always the quiet type, and she didn't party as much as her other friends and her other roommates. She also gave tips to the police when she was interviewed and was not declared a suspect. We know Dylan and Bethany also got matching tattoos to remember their friends. However, that behavior of not calling the police is very difficult to understand, because if you were in true fear, people are saying, why wouldn't you call for help just in case the suspect may still be on the property? I don't know, guys. You decide. What do you guys think? Do you think Dylan is connected in any way with the suspect? Or do you think that she's just another victim in the situation and was just afraid to call the police? You guys decide. Get in the comment box below. Like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for more videos.